When ProImage is first launched, you get a demonstration patient such as you see here. However, unless you're going to run a demo on this program, you are most likely going to want to go ahead and take x-rays. So we're going to close this out. The first thing we need is to add a veterinarian. So when I click on that, we now have this space to put in the veterinarian, the ID, and the other applicable information. Then pressing this button here will add the veterinarian. Of course, we have some sample vets, so for the purposes of this demo, I'm just going to exit this screen at this time. The next thing you're going to want to do is under the File menu, you're going to want to add a new patient. Here we'll actually put in something like this. And owner name and so forth, and this will be a dog, and the breed will be Airedale Terrier mix, neutered male. Now we'll add the patient, and you can see up here it's been added to the database. So we now exit, call up a patient, and this is who we get. Now, from here, we can either go to the database or back to the main screen, or to the sensor symbol, which is for acquiring x-rays. So at this time, we're going to click on that, and we have a vet full mouth series chart chosen. Now, what you're looking at here is the animal facing you. So over here on my left is the animal's right side, and over here on our right is the animal's left side. All of this in this arch is the maxillar teeth, and down here we have the mandibular teeth. Now we have two modes. We have the standard mode and the endo mode. The endo mode, as the name would imply, is for taking sequential shots on a single tooth, typically for root canal therapy. However, some people will use this mode to take more than one tooth. Essentially, you're going to usually want to stay with either a portrait orientation, such as in the canines and incisors, upper and lower, or with cheek teeth, which are all typically going to be a landscape orientation. And then when you finish with the teeth, even if you shoot different teeth in the sequence, you can drag and drop them to their correct locations. Now, for purposes of a full mouth series, or typically any series of teeth being radiographed, you would choose the exposure, standard exposure mode. Now, the last sequence that I chose started with the animal's laying on its left side, taking the animal's upper right molar premolar. Second shot, we will go with the premolars. Take a shot of the upper right canine, and then the incisors, which are right in front. And then with it still laying on the same side, we'd go down to these mandibular and take the right rear molar premolars and the right rear premolars. When this symbol is clicked here, the first in the series turns red, this one here, and it's waiting for a radiograph. Right now I don't have live x-ray. I am running a live system, but we can't actually take the shot just now. Notice down in this corner we're counting down from 900 seconds, which is 15 minutes. So we have 15 minutes to radiograph this. When the shot is taken, no matter how quickly, it'll come up in just a few seconds and be displayed here as a thumbnail, and this next in the sequence will turn from blue to red. If you had a bad exposure here, or if you missed the apex, you would hit this repeat. This is a skip forward button. So these two buttons up here really make this sequence very usable and very worthwhile. For instance, if we skip ahead, we take away this one from the sequence, and now we're waiting to radiograph this tooth. Now let's say, for argument's sake, we're waiting for this exposure, but this one was taken and we have a thumbnail and we were either overexposed or we missed the apex we want to retake. By pressing this button, the thumbnail present here will go away and return back to red. And basically that's pretty much what you have going on with a standard mode. Now I'm going to stop this mode and I'm going to go to Endo. Now Endo, when we press the Endo mode, we're waiting, it's now waiting for me to select a single position here. So say I'm going to do a couple of teeth teeth on the animal's right side. So I choose this position here. When I click on that, notice we have a red screen waiting for X-ray. Now we have a nice big thumbnail that makes this really handy for working when the monitor's at a bit of a distance from you. And as soon as this radiograph is taken, and as soon as exposure is made, the thumbnail will come up here, and you'll see that thumbnail sitting there, and it'll be waiting another 15 minutes for another exposure. All you have to do is shoot as much as you want. You can keep taking exposure after exposure, and the windows will tile in this area. When you hit the Exit Endo Mode button, when you click on it, basically it will display in that image processing screen every shot you took. You then hit the X in the upper right corner to close it out, and it returns you to this screen, and the one position that we chose will have all of those pictures stacked on it.